That's right, the Stinky Elves are here, and they're ready to play. Versus... the Beastmen! Oh, the Beastmen. After they got slapped from being top tier, now they're trying to work their way back up. Nerfs, nerfs, nerfs. But we'll see. Can they hang out with the High Elves, who have been at the bottom tier for the longest time? And work it out. Mr. Adler versus Zimmerix? Zimmerix? I'm not sure to pronounce that. Everyone's got goofy names here on the World at War. Warhammer. Ugh. Alright, Morgul the Shadowgrave. Great against all these missile factions thanks to his 75% missile resist. He's a hard target since he's infantry sized, and yeah, not too bad. Everything else is pretty standard. Somewhat standard, I would say. I don't know about bringing in raiders. Beastmen are very much a rush faction, so once they grab the points, get on the vanguard, they just pin you into your home objective. And the biggest problem for Beastmen lately, from what I understand, time of recording, is that monsters are a big issue for Beastmen because they're low leadership, so they get terror routed out. And this was on our new player tournament, so Adler and Zimmerix are doing pretty fine. Could use a bit more micro, get some of these units on the point so they can capture faster. Adler, I would like to see some, movement, some movement of your infantry. And even your, skirmish cav. If his skirmish cav were like on 1 point with just a few infantry, he could easily recap some points. And if I were Adler, I would just capture 2 points and be there. Trying to triple cap Beastman's a pretty hard take. Who is that? Eltharion? Yeah, Eltharion. I don't mind Eltharion here. He's not going to be the easiest to take out. He's got decent stats. He's flying, terrors. He's got that Mistwalker's barrage ability, which is really obnoxious, so infantry and cav aren't going to have the easiest time dealing with him. Oh, here he comes. Here comes Zimmerix. Shooing away the archer spam and trying to get in. Rangers trying to duke it out with Zangors. This is why I like Zangors. They just, on the brunt, they just lose the shield, and they do so much damage on the charge. And Zimmerix is doing a pretty decent job of making sure he can hit the Lord and the bird pretty well. I say bird when it's a phoenix. Whatever. And yeah, here they come. Here comes some Centaurs from the reserve. Although Adler's also trying to get rid of them. This Centaur's really annoying. Man, I remember when regular Centaurs were like 700. You guys remember that? Not too long ago. One of the most dominating light cav. I think at 800 they're a bit overpriced. I think 750 would have been fine. 750 and 800 for the throwing axes to me was fine. I think the nerfs were just a little overtuned here. But that's what a lot of balancing comes down to. People think, alright, this top faction's doing fantastic. Nerf everything there and then buff all the other factions. So it kind of like seesaws the other way, teeters the other way, however you want to put your analogy there. Good use of throwing axes, man. He's just on point with making sure his skirmish cav just doesn't get deleted. Something even I have a little bit of trouble with. Always get them locked into combat when they shouldn't. Zimmerix here with a nice little points lead. Not too bad. Not end of the world. The Phoenix is shooing away. I think that's the caster of the Beastmen. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, okay. He's got his Doom Ghoul trying to chase it off. Oh, and here come the spawn summons. I think these were summons. I don't think they were summoned from reserves. I think these were Morghuls or Shadowgraves, whatever you call them. All these goofy names. There goes Eltharion. Eltharion things. Tears all the Beastmen units. Centaurs are running out of ammunition, but Eltharion's not looking too good either. We're only 4 minutes into the game, and he's less than half HP. Another summons of Spawn, trying to beat up on Rangers, fantastic. Although, they don't like those arrows going into him right now. Yeah, there goes that summons. He can use both summons already, jeez. Spirit Essence of Chaos. And yeah, these Centaurs, these regular Centaurs need to start shooing away a lot of these cav. Here come, I think those are Reavers? I wish they were Silver Helms. They would actually trade pretty good into the regular Centaurs. I think that in this matchup, maybe that's the way to go. Just a bunch of Silver Helms and Reavers in reserve. just a few units to capture the points, and yeah. Because it's so easy for the Beastmen to just chop away at Rangers and Spearmen. Unless you go, like, rank and file, Spearmen, Archer, backline. And try to just win that way. I don't know. I don't play the Sneaky High Elves, but I haven't played enough Wood Elves to know that Eternal Guard and Glade Guard just clean up if you bring enough of them. Just Archer max. Yeah, 8 to 9 Archers is just brutal for any army to deal with unless you go super wide. Very few factions can deal with that kind of nonsense. Yeah, and it's just Zimmerix here owning the points. Adler needs to start terror-routing some of these things. Well, the Rangers on top are doing a pretty good job. He might be able to flip that. Get some of those Archers over there. Retake that position. Let Zimmerix hunker down in the middle and just play the side points. Although, I don't think that's the best idea. Because, well, there's really no good idea. Because this map favors the Beastmen with their Vanguard. And their rushing. I like the chariots. I think those are Razor Gore chariots. Chasing off the skirmish cav. Harpies? Okay. Well, if there was like a rank and file like Archer Spear line, yeah, Harpies make sense. Other than that, I don't know about bringing them right now. They're not going to do well into... I don't think they're going to do well, especially with those skirmish cav of the High Elves, yeah. Valerian Reavers with bows? I think that's what they are. I don't know what the hell their name is. I don't play with the High Elves. I'm pretty sure they're just Reavers with bows. Yeah, they're almost out of ammunition. Yeah, Reavers with bows. So Harpies really don't make any sense here. I think I'd rather just see them add more stuff to the... just more Centaurs. Oddly enough, even with all the nerfs, Beastmen still do the same thing they were doing pre-nerfs, which is spam Centaurs. Because they're just so good. To be fair though, most factions do the same thing. And really, it's their Vanguard that's so good. Like, Centaurs is, regular old Centaurs, they have no AP, but they cost 800. And then you have Boarboy Cav. No Vanguard, but the stat line is pretty similar, if not better. Good charge. They're not the fastest, but they hit like a truck. Although Centaurs have, what, that 92 speed thanks to the Primal Urge or whatever it is. Some sort of primal ability, primal instincts. They just get a nice charge bonus, melee attack bonus if their leadership's above 50%. It's like a frenzy. It's like baby frenzy. And the value and the points really aren't that different. It's just Zimmeric's able to hold a bit harder, although Adler finally took the top. If he gets rid of that Gorble, it could actually turn pretty bad. Actually, it doesn't look that great for Zimmerix. Most of his units are kind of but so are Adler's, so it really could go either way. Rangers trying to duke it out with Centaurs, I don't like that at all. He has to be careful with Eltharion, though. These Centaurs with throwing axes can mess him up while engaged. Harpies just trying to tar pit, I guess? I don't know. Alright, I had just unsummoned the Harpies at this point. Unsummon them, and then... Well, I guess the Harpies make sense if you want to just shoo away Eltharion in the air. It's not the worst idea. But here, trying to duke it out with this Phoenix and Eltharion and all these Reaver... I think those are Reavers, yeah. Yeah, not ideal, not ideal. And he needs to get on the point right now. Yeah, this is a bit of a blunder right there. If you were just paying attention, he could recap that easy. And I think he'd be on a triple cap right now. He could actually come back from that. Zimmerix, though, sees that and gets the Centaurs with throwing axes over there and try to mop up. Not a bad idea. And just abandons the middle, which is the right call. I mean, look at all that mess there. Centaur, Centaur, Centaur. Razor Gore, Centaur. And trying to split them up on points is pretty ideal. I don't know how much I like the Phoenix, though. At least not the Frost one. I like the Flamespire one because it just poops out fire. It gets 10 uses of pooping fire. You can clean up raiders, everything. Well, you trade out one spear that's gonna die within 3 seconds anyway, so it's not the worst. And you get a better one. I don't mind Altharian. Altharian's not bad for the blobs. It's just how I think then in reserves you just go Silverhelm, and then just call it there. Silverhelm, Reavers with bows, and just go there. Maybe a white line to Krace or two, just so they have. I don't know if it's like staying power. Maybe Lothran Seaguard instead. Or 1 or 2 Silverhelms, just for the late. Just because they have such good staying power. They don't really kill, but they have staying power. And against with all the Centaurs of, just the Centaurs in general. It's not a bad idea. So yeah, just 1 or 2 Silverhelms, and the rest just spam the Reavers and... Or 1 or 2 Lothran Seaguard, and then just spam Silverhelms and the Reavers. Sorry, just so many things. Ooh. Then how does Beastmen deal with that? Well, that's the easy thing. You just keep spamming Centaurs. Ooh, the Fireborn are actually nasty. Thing is with the Fireborn, though, even though they are insanely good, you have to make sure they're good. Ooh, Altharian's getting kicked off the map. You have to cycle charge them. That's where they really shine. If you leave them in prolonged combat without healing, they're just gonna get... Yeah, they're just gonna start losing models. Adler's got the top. Reavers coming back, and this is where you do some tricks. See the Reavers over there? They should have went into the Centaurs that Fireborn are fighting, and then send the Fireborn to chase off whatever is chasing the Reavers, or countercharge them. Whatever works. Just don't leave them in prolonged combat, especially without healing. Oh! Minotaurs with great weapons. Yeah, just don't engage them at all. Just let them... Yeah, there's really nothing here besides Spearmen that can deal with those. Yeah, just get those... Yeah, get the Fireborn out of there. Yeah, as soon as he seems, he's like, I'm going to countercharge him. Nope. He nopes on out of there, and I don't blame him. Great weapons have their charge animation going, so we'll see. He's chasing off these Centaurs with throwing axes with infantry when they should be on the point. Bit of a blunder there. Reavers now gonna be engaged with the... Yeah. There's just too much to protect. He's trying to own the middle. He's not gonna own the middle. There's great weapons there. They can shoot away any of the cav that comes through. And the points lead, I don't think it's triple cap yet. Maybe it is. It's close. Yeah, he just has to keep Altharian alive. Get those Reavers on the Centaurs with throwing axes, man. Don't let Altharian die. You need him. Although, there's just too many targets. Don't drop. And with the Y formation of the Rangers, those Chariots aren't going to do all that great. Too many loose bodies. He's trying to take shots. Adler's trying to take shots at the great weapons. I don't dislike that at all. It's actually pretty slick. And he gets rid of the Chariots. Nice. Good pickup. Now he just needs to pick up these Centaurs in his backline. They're so annoying, man. Even I'm a little annoyed by them. And then you have this on the side, just overwhelming on the other flank. As soon as he loses one, he trades with the other. That's what Beastmen do well. Just plays the they can play the points really nice. And it's hard for most factions to keep up. And if they have the caster, they can go wild and just spam cheap spells so they can increase their or have vigor replenishment and just keep them topped up. Good for the fights. They can move at their optimal speed. And yeah, there's no way he takes the middle. He'll need some burning head to take the middle. Mistwalker's barrage just won't cut it. Oh yeah, look at those Angors ready for Frumpin. Shadowgraves there. Has he hit healing cap? Holy shit. Spears behind them. Minotaurs ready for the countercharge. Harpies. Ooh, nice. Those Silverhelms? Or just Reavers? Yeah, the Reavers. But that should be enough to take out the Harpies. Send the Centaurs back. And then it's just Raiders. Yeah, look at that. Both of them gone. The Spearmen are now looking pretty good. With this flanking maneuver. Arrows shooting in. They should be putting it into the Minotaurs. Because if the Minotaurs go, the Reavers can... the Reavers can just cook. Altharian, though, I would just keep him out. Maybe just charge into those no, Chariots are gone. Yeah, do something, man. Do something. Get the Reaver. Get more. Nice. Get him in. Get him in. Tries the backline charge. Yeah, the Zangors are just tough, man. Holy shit. Although Adler is closing the gap on points and on value, so it's not looking too bad. I was about to say maybe they should call it, but no, he's hitting 1,000 soon. But 1,400, yeah, it might be. He needs a triple cap, so yeah, I think this is gonna be it. Altharian, if Altharian goes, it's just GG. It's just GG. It probably still is GG, but yeah, it's super GG now. Altharian trying to do some charges, trying to maybe get some terror routes in front of the Centaurs. I don't like that at all. And there's great weapons sitting there. Those Minotaurs are hungry, and they love Altharian for breakfast. And that, I think, was just a last-ditch effort. So yeah, that's probably just GG. Both players played very well, but damn, there's just nothing for them. Ooh, you know what? Instead, I think I'd rather see Adler go, instead of like a Burning Head caster, maybe go for, no. I was thinking maybe Final Trans, because they do have access to metal casting. Final Trans kills their leader quick enough, and yeah, Beastmen love their blobs, so just do that. If they punish you by blobbing and putting themselves in the middle, and Shadowgrave is just a foot character, so it's fantastic. Doombull isn't that much faster. I think Doombull's like, what, 54 speed, so maybe around 60 with his... Oh no, it is 54. Doombull's actually... Doombulls and Gorbulls don't get the Primal Instinct boost. They're Baby Frenzy boost. Primal Instinct. Primal Urge. Primal something. So yeah, I think Final Trans is the way to go in a blobbing, fighting sort of faction like Beastmen. Definitely would do some work. Or Burning Head. Either works. So yeah. Alright folks, we're at the end of the video here. If you enjoyed it, please like, sub, follow me here on YouTube. We're on the road to 2,000. Come join me on stream when we have our tournaments or when we're just playing some games. Whether it's to show some love or play yourself. Appreciate both. Alright, with all that said, y'all have a good one. Peace and goodbye for now.